Today we're going to talk about the mutations that can happen in your DNA. So take a quick look at these two comics and how they might relate to mutations. So the formal definition of mutation is changes in DNA that affect genetic information. There are a few different types. The first is called a point mutation, and this is a change in one or a few of the nucleotides. So we're talking about different points, different bases, rather than whole areas. So the first one is substitution, and that means you kind of replace one of the letters nucleotides. So here, this is going to be your normal gene on top. This is the mutated gene on the bottom. So if you notice, the substitution happens here. Insertion means you're going to put in an extra sequence. So again, normal, and then this is your insertion. We inserted right there. Deletion means you take away. So we deleted right here. Frame shift mutations means that we're going to shift the entire genetic message, so the protein may not be able to perform its function. Insertion, again, you're putting something in. We've put it in an extra letter here, and now this whole thing doesn't read right. Same kind of thing here. We deleted or took away a letter and shifted everything this way, and again, it does not read right. Chromosome mutations means the mutation is happening within how many chromosomes you have or the structure of the entire chromosome. So if our entire chromosome normally reads A, B, C, D, E, F, a deletion might be A, C, D, E, F, so we deleted the B. Duplication, we have two B's. Inversion means flip-flopping, so we've taken this D and E from the other side and flip-flopped it on this side. Same thing with this B and C. We moved it to this side and we flip-flopped it. Translocation means that we've taken information and moved it to a different chromosome. So this DEF was supposed to be up here, so the JKL and DEF flip-flopped chromosomes. So most are neutral, so eye color, birthmarks, some are harmful. Sickle cell anemia, so here are normal red blood cells. These are sickle cells, and those have more of a problem getting through the blood vessels than your normal donut-shaped ones. Down syndrome, also called trisomy 21, which we'll talk about in a second. Some can be beneficial. If you have sickle cell anemia, you are immune to malaria, and some types of mutations allow for immunity to HIV. Two ways in which DNA can become mutated. You can inherit those, or you can also acquire them. So environmental damage, so mutations happen with sun damage, or it can also happen when the DNA is copied. Down syndrome, what happens here is the chromosome 21 doesn't separate correctly. So these individuals have 47 chromosomes instead of 46. You see a cute picture over here. Some of the symptoms of Down syndrome are listed there. Cre-do chat. This means that some of the material on the 5th chromosome was deleted, and it's characterized by a cat-like cry, and there can be varied levels of mental handicaps. Klinefelters, this is going to be on the sex chromosomes. For someone to have Klinefelters, they could have any of these variations of their sex chromosomes. So if you look down here, this should be either two X's or an X and a Y. And here you have XXY, and that would be Klinefelters. Generally, they are classified as male. They are sterile, which means they don't have reproductive function. And you see two sexual ways that, sex organ ways that they are affected as well, such as small testicles and breast enlargement. XYY syndrome would be hanging out right here. These guys are classified as males, and they are often tall and thin, and then generally have some antisocial or behavioral problems. Turner syndrome means there's only one X. So if you look down here, there's not an additional X. There's also not a Y. They are classified as female. Sex organs do not mature. They are sterile and they are generally short in stature. Triple X means you have 3 X chromosomes. They are also called trisomy X, and they are female. Generally, there's not very visible differences. They are tall in stature. They might have learning disabilities or limited fertility would be some examples. And that would be the last of the mutations. These types of disorders are pretty interesting to research. Normally we have time to do some sort of project with that, but this year, 2017, we will not.